Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurul Nabila Samdani, and today I have been asked to speak to you about digital library. Okay, let's start with a question. How many of you have ever visited Penang Digital Library? Comment down below what you see when you are in Penang Digital Library. So, to those who have not had a chance to visit Penang Digital Library, I would like to share some footage when I went there in 2019. So, let's watch together. Time. So yeah, from what you have watched just now, you must think that it's just a spacious building with some facility. You must wonder, where's the book and other reference material? Or even a shelf? So, library transition have moved from the traditional mode where the building or room keep all the collection in physical format. Then, change to the hybrid mode, which the combination of traditional and digital library. And lastly, digital mode that has been introduced in 1990s by American scholar. Wow! Digital library have existed in this world for over 30 years without us realizing it. So, I would like to show some comparison between traditional library and digital library. According to Trividi 2010, for collection materials, traditional library are keep physical printed collection. Meanwhile, digital libraries store all their collection in digital formats and accessible by computers or any devices. Traditional library we can describe as a stable with a slow evolution compared to the digital libraries which more to the dynamic and empirical. Why I said dynamic and empirical? This is because every system, software or application that's been used in the libraries need to be up and update, so it keep revolutionized. Next, individual object not directly linked with each other for the traditional libraries. Meanwhile, traditional library is a multimedia and factual object. Means that we can see variety version of information that we want to seek for. Other than that, digital library have a richer contextual metadata than traditional library, which only have a flat structure with a minimal contextual metadata. For your information, the richer contextual metadata can lead to the power in searching. Continue with the limited access point and centralized management on the traditional library, but in the digital library are unlimited access point, distribute collection and access control. Last but not least, for the comparison between the traditional and digital library is, traditional libraries are one-way interaction where they have to wait for the user to come to the library. But for the digital library, the interaction is a dynamic real-time dialogue. For example, DRS. Do you know DRS stands for the Digital Repository Service, which everyone is welcome to use the DRS to discover available content that has been stored, managed and preserved in the digital format. Okay, done with the comparison, so we move to the function of digital library. For the function of digital library, the first one is it can access to the large amount of information to the user wherever they are and whenever they need it. So, since the information has been digitalized. So for the second one, user can directly access to the primary information sources such as news, interview, or any video without waiting for the writing printed materials. The third one is it support the multimedia content along with text, because I understand that reading full of text somehow might be boring, and perhaps with the variety multimedia support like the video explanation, 3D animation, give it more sounds interactive for the user, right? Okay, lastly, hypertext links for the navigation is very important because we can't put all the information in one page, but somehow when you when users tend to read more on the added information, they can just click to the active link and it will bring to the other pages. Although the purpose of digital library is similar to the traditional one, they are fundamentally different in the nature, and there are things a digital library can do that a physical one cannot hope to match. Since digitization has taken over most of the component in school learning and higher education, learning through digital library is not a thing of the past anymore, especially after COVID-19. The decline in visit to the conventional libraries suggests that students can access information and read content without visiting the library in person. While many libraries and universities are digitizing their materials to be accessible to the members and the general public. So, let's take a look at the main benefit of digital library for higher education. The first benefit of digital library for higher education is instant access to resources. There is no luxury such as having access to abundant knowledge and relevant information pertaining to the specific subject. A digital library cuts short the time and effort someone who put into visiting a conventional library to find the right book. With the option like in-book content search with only a few keywords and title, searching for what we need from a thousand of resources become more easy. The second one is no physical boundary. Accessing the digital library is much easier and efficient, unlike a conventional library, where the student don't have to check for the opening and closing hour to plan their visit. With just an internet connection, we can access the digital library anytime and anywhere. Digital library provide the student with the convenience of learning at their own comfort, where the student can access and read the library materials in various digital formats, such as e-book, audiobook, video on demand for 24/7, anytime and anywhere using their preferred devices. The third benefit is preservation of resources. Conventional library need to invest heavily in maintenance and preservation of the library resources. The physical library resources are accessed and reused by readers regularly, where it's become difficult to prevent the deterioration of books, vinyl record, cassette tapes, and other resources. Whereas, with the digital library, the content is digitized and the digital resources are accessible to a large number of readers regularly without focusing on the preservation of the physical materials. The fourth one is real-time interaction. One of the main benefits of using the digital library is that the student can clarify their doubts, and there is a new age management service software that can facilitate interaction between readers and administrators. The readers can also interact by setting up online communities and find a resolution to their doubts in real time. These dynamic and real-time interaction features have the potential to make the readers switch from the conventional library to the digital library. The last one is updated information. Digital library help us access the updated resources with the latest technology available. The conventional library may fall behind in purchasing the latest edition of books, magazines, and other content resources. But digital libraries in higher education institutions or organizations can update the digital library regularly. Many publishers these days allow digital libraries to make the latest edition and magazine accessible to the readers based on the pay-as-you-read model. Hence, digital libraries help engage readers by providing access to the latest publication. So perhaps with the 5 benefits above will help you see the increasing importance and necessity of digital library for higher education in the age of technological advancement and digitization. That's it. Okay, with the little sharing of on library transition, to the comparison between traditional library and digital library, discussion on the function of digital library, and I close with the benefit of digital library specifically for higher education. I hope that you can get a better understanding about what is digital library. Click on the like button if you agree what I have shared just now. So thank you for faithfully watching this video to the end, and with that, see you on the next video. Bye!